Welcome back to the Delaware Way. I'm Larry Menti. Agriculture has always been a big part of the Delaware economy. To talk more about agriculture in the state is President Kitty Holtz and Executive Director Pamela Bakerian with the Delaware Farm Bureau. Before we even start talking about anything else, I know there's a Farm Bureau and there's a Farm Bureau Foundation. What delineates them? Why is that important?
Well, the Delaware Farm Bureau has been in existence for 72 years. It is an organization, a nonprofit, volunteer organization that works to promote and protect agriculture here in Delaware and to provide a good quality of life for farmers and their consumers. All of our board members are full farmers. They farm full time, and they give us the input that we need for making those decisions on keeping agriculture strong and viable throughout the state.
So that's the Bureau.
That is
Let's
the Bureau.
move to the Foundation now. Why do you need something separate that's called a foundation?
Because we wanted a 501c3. The Farm Bureau is a C5. And all of the farm bureaus across the nation are C5. So we wanted to have an organization where we could not only educate children about the importance of agriculture, but that we can give back to the community, connect with the consumers. So we do that. We have a 5K run that we co-sponsor with Newcastle County Farm Bureau. And we have been doing this for 3 years to raise the funds necessary to provide milk to children through the Ministry of Caring.
Let me try to make this really simple, if I can. So you have a foundation and a bureau because if I want to write a check to support something, I can give it to the foundation.
I'll take the check.
And I get it. I get a tax break, right?
Absolutely.
Which is brilliant.
It's easier to raise money for a very good cause, whether it's the Ministry of Caring, the Neighborhood House in Middletown. We had a Farm to Fork dinner in Kent County, and that provided money for the food bank. So again, it's all food related. We're still the Farm Bureau. They're farmers. They're local farmers feeding your family. That's our motto. And so even through the foundation, we're doing that. So it's been very successful.
It's fascinating, Kitty, that you said that everybody in the Farm Bureau is from a farm family.
That's
they
correct.
all are farmers.
That's
so
correct.
you are?
Yes, yes. We're farmers in Kent County. We're grain farmers. We grow corn, soybeans, and wheat. So, but everybody, we have a general mix around the table. We have dairy farmers, farmers that have ice cream as part of their business. We have poultry growers. We have just about every, our small grains, just about everybody you can think of.
In talking to farmers over the last several years, there was a dip in farming. There was a dip in income for farmers. And it started to make a comeback, and much of the comeback was through farm to table with the support of local restaurants, but it was also agritourism, which became big. Do farmers in Delaware participate in that, the agritourism?
Some of our farmers have branched out to diversify, and they have roadside stands, or they offer like corn mazes and different, and all like that to supplement that income, because as you said, it's never consistent. Farming is never consistent. You have lows, you have bad years, and then you wait for those good years to pull you through. So farmers are very optimistic.
But farming's hip again.
Yes.
I mean, everybody talks about, especially at restaurants, it's become huge because everybody is worried about where their food comes from.
And they want to know. They're curious. And we just received a grant from USDA and the Department of Ag that we're going to be launching this summer. There'll be radio commercials, and we're going to collaborate with the Restaurant Association, because exactly as you have said, you can go to a variety of local restaurants and get local produce. And not all consumers understand that, but they want to buy local. They want to support local farms. So we're going to start giving out that information, connect with the consumer and say, hey, do you realize that you can have, let's say it's fresh blueberries. You can go to a restaurant in Trolley Square or in Newark or in Delmar, and you can still support local farming and have fresh local produce that's not been trucked across the nation.
And is that really important? I mean, I know it's fresher. There's no question about that. It's going to be fresher. Is it really safer? Don't you use the same?
I don't think it's a matter of safer. It's the consumer they want to buy fresh and local. I mean, I think that's the trend now.
It is.
That's what the consumer wants. So we're
because
always
they want to
adapting.
Be healthier. Much of it is to be healthier.
Adapting. Yeah.
But is there? I guess what I'm asking you is, and maybe I'm being unfair with the question, but are there statistics? Is there proof that it would be healthier if it comes from a local farm?
it reduces the carbon footprint. So environmentally, there's your first benefit. And if it's locally, you're supporting your local economy. That's what keeps Delaware taxes low. You know what? The cars are gone. The chickens are still here. Agriculture is the main industry in the state of Delaware. And I think a lot of Delawareans want to support agriculture. They love the open space. They want to eat fresh and local. There's been study after study that shows that's what the consumer wants. And they want to visit the farms. So that's what we want to encourage.
It's amazing
Connect
when you
with
take
them.
a drive down from Newcastle County and you go through Sussex and you go through Kent counties, then you realize how important farming is to the state of Delaware. Thank you so much for being here, both of you.
Okay, thank you.
President Kitty Holtz and Executive Director Pamela Bakerian, Delaware Farm Bureau. When we come back, we're going to stay on the topic of food and making certain that everybody has food for the holidays when Delaware Way continues.